Hello, everyone. I'm AF Branco, and this is Cartoons Etc. Now, I'm really excited about this evening's broadcast because we get to have one of my favorite cartoonists up. He's been a toon warrior for a lot of years, and I know that you're going to recognize his stuff because it's all over the place. But first, while you're getting your comments ready, because your comments are part of the program, we like to play a little song, just warm things up a little bit. Here we go. Yeah, it's time to get fired up. Get Trump back in office so we can clean up this mess that Biden's caused. I'm going to bring in my friend Jodan Gorman from Intellectual Frog Legs. Jodan, hey, how are you, buddy? I can't hear you.
I was just testing to see if you were paying attention.
Well, I failed. So anyway, it's good to see you. You got your energy drink going.
Energy drink here. Yeah.
All right.
So I'm really excited. I doesn't doze off in mid-sentence, you know.
That's all right. We'll wake you up. Yeah, I'm really excited about our next guest, Ben Garrison. Man.
Ben Garrison, yes, sir, man. I've been a fan of his stuff a long time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's all over the place. I used to share his cartoons, but then everybody, you know, when I would share one of his cartoons, somebody would say, hey, Tony, you drew a great cartoon. I said, no, it's not mine. So I kind of stopped posting other people's cartoons just because I didn't want to confuse anybody, but I love promoting other cartoonists, especially Ben Garrison, because he's such a warrior. But first, why don't we go through some of my cartoons of the week and get that over with so we can devote more time to
You had a great Thanksgiving cartoon.
Oh, I like that one.
Is that coming first or not yet?
No, it's not going to be first. It's going to be the last one. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show the sneak peek cartoon that we did Friday, just in case.
Last Thursday.
Last Thursday. Well, the cartoon's for Friday, but we did a sneak peek on Thursday. So share a screen. I got to get this.
Just here to correct you, you know.
Yeah. Thursday.
Even when it's not necessary.
Yeah, this one is kind of Ben Garrison-esque. He's done a few. He's gotten in trouble, and I've gotten in trouble by doing Soros cartoons and alluding to the fact that you can't criticize George Soros because he's Jewish. Well, I think he should be criticized, and he should stop hiding behind that false Jewish claim. And that was the sneak peek one. Let's move on.
That's what they do. They don't care about racism towards anybody. That's their shield. That's their
No,
shield.
he supports he's sending a lot of dark money to anti-Semitic groups. He's for defunding police, left-wing radical prosecutors, open borders. How has any of that served the Jewish community in our country? Doesn't. So
He don't care.
no.
He don't care.
This one is about the video that just came out, the fall of Minneapolis, that tells the truth about what happened there, the arrest, that they are falsely accused the cops of killing George Floyd when it was he died because of fentanyl, too much fentanyl. And so he had enough fentanyl in his system to kill 3 people. So that movie's out. The media, all the media is ignoring it. So I do a cartoon every Sunday for Alpha News out of Minnesota. And this is the one I did Sunday for them.
This is the media. The most insidious power they have is the power to ignore.
Absolutely. And then we have Barbara Streisand. We just posted a public announcement that I'm leaving America if Trump is elected again. And then it drops down here. Oh, Trump's poll numbers just went up. So.
Yeah, she's a lunatic. I saw there was a video of her over on Twitter earlier.
Yeah, she's nuts. And then, of course, this is the one. Should age be an issue? And then you have Biden trying to stand up. I'm not going to exploit for political purposes my opponent's age.
The old Reagan quote.
Yeah, I had to allude to that.
I'm old enough to remember that because
was
my very first vote for president was Ronald Maximus Reagan.
I think that was mine too. My first vote. Yeah, and I had some young guy call me a boomer for posting this, but it's funny, he knew what the quote meant. And then here's my Thanksgiving cartoon that came out today.
That's perfect.
Yeah, Trump. The Horn of Plenty and the Horn of Disaster here. You have cheap gas, energy independence, 401k up, America First, law and order, border security, all the good stuff that we had for after the first 4 years of Trump. And now we have Biden, which is just Democrat policies, woke agenda. Bidenomics is just destroying us. So
yeah, but I see that chicken bone. Oh, I see that chicken bone down there.
That's either a chicken bone or a human bone. I haven't really classified.
Well, we're not too sure these days.
So anyway, I'm going to take this down. I'm going to go to, I'm going to take this down. Okay, it's down. Anyway, I'm excited about our next guest, Ben Garrison.
Let's bring Ben in here.
Okay. You ready? Let me get Ben in here. Hey, Ben, how are you?
I'm good. Greetings from Montana.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. Beautiful country.
The poster I posted with that showed the show was a picture of Montana, actually. I had to throw that in there.
Yeah, I see Ben. He posts his cartoons, but then I also see those pictures from Montana.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Gorgeous.
By the way, you did a really nice Thanksgiving cartoon there. I wish I'd have thought of that.
Well, you've done quite a few that I wish I'd have thought of. So we're breaking even.
Throw some of Ben's stuff up there so they can be reminded of who he is.
Okay, I'm going to do that right now. Let's go to Ben's folder.
Like, oh, that guy.
Yeah,
that guy. That's what it's going to be, a lot of that.
Yeah. Yep. Here we go. I'm going to start.
We haven't even touched our comments yet, so we'll have to.
Yeah. First, I want to read a little bit of his bio, if you guys don't mind, just to kind of get people. Ben Garrison is an independent and self-funded political cartoonist and libertarian. He draws political incorrect cartoons that the mainstream media hates. Ben supports the Constitution and our Bill of Rights. Ben Garrison's cartoons have been shared on social media by millions of people around the world. He has a BA degree from Anglo State University and is also a fine artist. Ben and his wife, Tina, operate Graphics. That's GRRR graphics.com. Where their cartoons can be found. Tina also draws political cartoons. Their latest book, titled America First Forever, it contains their best cartoons drawn over the last decade. It can be found on Amazon.com. Signed copies are available at Graphics brancocartoons.com. And we'll show his website here in just a little bit. And now we're going to get to some of his cartoons, some of the best stuff. And I'm also going to show his website too. So he has some recent ones up there. As soon as I can get to the.
Oh, I tried getting a hold of Ben a few months back, and you were under the weather. Are you better now? Give us a little update on yourself.
It's been a rough year. I got cancer back in May. I had an operation, major surgery, but I didn't just get a single case of it. I got the double header. So I'm still working on the second part of it. And it has affected my cartoons because it's done funny things to my ability to concentrate and focus, because I have to take these infusions, to do away with the other cancer, which is inoperable. So they have to give me the infusion treatments, which are not fun, but
No.
I'll try to stay alive a little while longer.
Well,
live
we're-
2024. I want to draw presidential election cartoons again. That's a lot of fun.
Well, we're all praying for you and rooting for you because we need you more than ever right now.
Absolutely.
In the fight, man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that very much.
And, a couple of years ago, or a few years when Trump was president, you got invited to the White House. Do you want to talk about that just a little bit?
I think it was 2018. I got an invitation, and boy, my tail was wagging. I was ready to go. And the day before I was going to get on the flight, I got a call from Trump's some functionary in his office says I've been disinvited because of this controversy about me being an anti-Semitic cartoonist, which is just a load of hooey.
Mm-hmm.
And Branco knows that full well. He's, how easily that gets started. And in a weird way, this cartoon kicked it off because I drew this in 2020 and I drew it in 3 hours with a Sharpie. I had a blog of about maybe 24 people, and I didn't spend any time. I just drew it for fun. And then it got shared and passed around. And before I knew it, this is my first viral cartoon. And I got email from Russia and Great Britain and all over the world. I got email that they loved this. This really touched a spot here. Unfortunately, when I first started drawing, I was, how come none of these cartoonists criticize the Federal Reserve? Why can't we criticize the Federal Reserve?
Absolutely.
That's why. Because I started getting called anti-Semitic if you do that.
Now, the cartoon that you did that they stopped the invite to the White House, I saw Jake Tapper. He talked
Jake
about
Tapper,
your cartoon.
He slandered me a lot on that show. By the way, he's a failed cartoonist and a very lousy one too. Right?
Yeah.
But he gets $6 million a year on CNN.
Jake Tapper.
Jeez.
Yeah, he's a failed cartoonist.
Yeah.
But
But wasn't that a cartoon? The one they nailed you for, wasn't that a cartoon that somebody else had taken and redrafted and put things in it that you didn't draw?
Well, they did that for 5 years. 5 long years. They took every single cartoon I drew and changed it into racism and anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
They put a man named A. Wyatt Man who drew these really gross cartoons, and they would paste Jewish caricatures got pasted over the pyramid, for example. And everybody thought it was me, and I gave up. In 2015, I gave up because they had a bigger loudspeaker than I did.
Yeah.
Tina, my wife Tina, says, "No, you're not going to give up. I'm going to get on Twitter, and we're going to turn it around." And she did. She saved Gur Graphics.
Oh, good.
And she saved my reputation because she ended up getting the real cartoons out there. And then when the Trump election came around, that I couldn't believe it. We started to make money from selling prints and such. I couldn't believe I could actually make money by drawing cartoons. I would never believe that before.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. That's awesome.
I did commercial art before that. And I tell you, when the trolls ruined my reputation, that commercial art went away. And as I started looking at, oh man, maybe it won't be so bad living in a tent on, taking our truck down south to Arizona or something.
Living in the desert. Well, they've done the same thing to me, Ben. They've taken my cartoons, they've reworded them and tried to, it's just sleazy stuff that the left does. And that's basic. I'm going to move on to another cartoon real quick. Uh, uh,
This
attack.
was drawn, I guess this is drawn around 2016 or 17. I don't remember. But this is when all the students were throwing their baby tantrums. And so I decided to draw them as babies. And this is, I couldn't believe it. This is a very popular cartoon. I sold a lot of prints of this.
Yeah.
But
You know,
it got us temporarily kicked off of Facebook because all these crying students en masse got on Facebook and complained, and so Facebook booted us off for 2 weeks just because of this cartoon. I couldn't believe it.
absolutely. It's great. It's great. And I think this is the first time I ever heard of the phrase cry bullies. It's a good name. It's a good name. It's a good name. I wish I'd have thought of it.
Well, it was fun to draw.
Yeah.
But Ben, I know what you're talking about. I was working in this little basement. I was homeless. And then I was shocked that people started paying me to crack bad jokes. I was like, wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, you need to check out his videos. They're
Yeah,
awesome.
I'd like to. That's one thing. That's one misnomer. People think I'm a comedian, but I don't set out to draw funny cartoons. They happen by accident. If any of my cartoons are funny, believe me, they're by accident because I'm the most unfunny person I know. What I try to do is create satire, and satire is very complex.
Right.
It has a lot of dimensions, humor being one of them. But if I ever draw something that's funny, I can guarantee you that it was by accident. Because I don't set out to draw a cartoon. Okay, what's funny in this?
What I notice about your cartoons, though, they have a lot of passion in them. And I think you said at one time probably a couple of years ago, I talked to you on the phone. You said that you had sometimes you get angry with what's going on, and that inspires you to draw something to kind of go against. Is that true?
That's very, very true. And all the cartoons, almost all of them, they spring from anger.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very angry. You and I are the same age. We remember our country at a time when it was far more freer than it is now, when we don't want our liberties to keep getting eroded and degraded. So that's my goal, is to ring an alarm bell. Alarm bells, that's not funny, is it? Alarm bell's not funny.
No, it's hard to make them funny.
A train ready to hit your car that's stalled over the tracks isn't funny.
No, no.
That's what I try to do. I ring alarm bells,
Yep.
and I'm trying to get, even if I can just get a few people to pay attention.
And I think that's what all three of us, Joe Dan with his videos, my cartoons, you cartoons, and this program that we're doing right now, we're just trying to sound alarms, let people know what's going on, because they're not going to get it in the mainstream media. I'm going to move on.
It's not like we're saying anything that other people are not saying.
Yeah.
We just put it out there with our little twist on it, to make it interesting in a different way. Everybody say, hey.
Right. What you're doing, if you're doing humor, that's great. I can't do it, but humor is a great way to mock their sanctimony. But I think a stand-up comedian, that's got to be the toughest job in the world.
Oh gosh, you're right out there. I'm only funny on paper. So
yeah, people don't confuse me with a comedian either.
You're pretty funny.
I accidentally say funny stuff. When I try to say something funny, I get in trouble.
Humor is the best, though. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, y'all getting ready for the holidays? My kids said they wanted a cat for Christmas. I said,
really?
Well,
a cat?
That's all right. Most people have turkey, though. Okay. Moving on.
We need a laugh track.
Something
I told you.
Decidedly unfunny what I was going to say, so I'm not going to say it.
Oh, this cartoon. I remember this cartoon's bouncing around a lot. I see this all the time.
Well, that one. Yeah, I think that was one of the first ones I saw.
Yeah.
This got a lot of mileage, but I did a cartoon while Trump was running for president, a similar one where he was pulling the plug on the swamp, and Hillary and Bill and Obama and all those people were going down the drain. Mm-hmm. But then after he became president, I realized that this swamp is much much deeper and much vaster than I imagined in the first cartoon. You just can't pull a plug on it. And this is what we've all learned, the deep state, how entrenched it is, and how they make the decisions, not the voters. They're the ones who decide to become who gets to be president, not the voters. And so when I drew this, I decided to make but he's still trying. He's got his little truck, and he's still trying. But they don't like it even a little bit. Oh no, we got to take this guy out. So that was a pivotal cartoon that I drew, I think, around 2017.
And it is still true as hell right this minute.
I know.
Right this minute.
And a lot of these cartoons just keep recycling and recycling. Hey, folks out there, if you have a question for Ben, let her rip. He's ready to answer questions. So when one comes up there, I already see some fancy, brilliant cartoon. We got Stephen, sad country we have now days. Stephen, you did it twice. Okay. Thank you for sounding the alarm. If we don't fight for our freedom now, it will be too late. That's true. And we have a lot of comments over on Rumble. Maybe I can get Joe Dan to read a few of those.
Put me to work.
Putting you to work, yeah. So, yeah.
We got South Carolina girl over there. Yeah, she said she's seen this because it hit home because we're being taken over by swamp monsters.
Absolutely.
We are.
Absolutely. Let's see. I'm going to go up a little bit.
Oh, third mind first.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about the history of political cartoons. Wasn't it Ben Franklin? Wasn't that
Join or Die? Yeah, he did Join or Die.
Join or Die.
It's one of the first.
Did a heck of a lot of things in his life, including inventing bifocals. I said, I want to see both at the same time. So he invented that. He had his optician to do it for him.
So that was I heard that was like the first political cartoon was Ben Franklin's cartoon. Is that correct? Or no?
Although I think he partnered with somebody to produce it.
Yeah.
I think he got an artist to draw it or something.
I wonder if he invented the bifocals first.
Ben Franklin invented them.
Well, what I want to know is who invented the Ben Franklin stove?
Ben Franklin invented that. He invented a fireplace. It was a fireplace that burned wood more efficiently and put out more heat. And boy, that took off like gangbusters around Philadelphia. But he didn't put a patent on it. He could have made a heck of a lot of money. But you know why? Because he wanted to help humanity.
There you go.
It's amazing when we had decent people.
Oh, yeah. Back in those days, you bet you did. I bet we did. We don't.
They were more grounded.
There was a respect. There was a common respect for God. Even people who didn't believe in God, they were respectful of it.
Well, Ben Franklin was a deist, meaning he believed in God, but he didn't like religion. So he never went to church, but he still believed in God, and he still believed in doing the right thing and doing things for the betterment of mankind, and he certainly achieved that.
Well, I'm proud to be sitting here with two guys following in the footsteps of Ben Franklin.
Same here, Joe Dan. Thank you. Anyway, we got to see this cartoon. Build Back Better. Spinning. Oh yeah, this falling apart for sure.
Well, you and I have both drawn cartoons in this vein, and I did this just to show.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, and I got Heels Up Harris in the background.
Yeah,
so I've drawn a lot of these cartoons, and we did a calendar last year with the feature. It was about Joe's Banana Republic, but nobody wanted to buy it because they don't want to look at Joe Biden.
Oh, really?
So we have a new calendar out. It's called the No Joe calendar. So we have cartoons and not a single Joe Biden.
No Joe calendar.
We've had a lot of orders already, so that's encouraging.
Yeah, you reap what you Joe. That's a Joe Dan quote. You reap what you Joe.
You know what? Ben's so detail oriented. Yeah, there's a lot of detail.
Well, his graphics pop. You know,
No, you're lazy. You're
well,
lazy.
of course I'm lazy. Yeah.
No, but your
Yeah.
cartoons are more accessible. See, I get real detailed, and people get confused what they're looking at. When you look at your cartoons, you know what it is. Boom. And for short attention spans, that's the way to do it.
Oh, Bill Gates. I love this
Oh yeah.
boy cartoon.
Well, thank you for that, Ben. I appreciate it, but I appreciate your
So you
style.
keep doing what you're doing. I mean, everybody has got there's some art. There's cartoonists out there a lot better than I am. I mean,
Me
I'm
too.
not conceited. I tell you, some
No.
cartoonists out there they got egos the size of solar systems.
Well, I'm
They,
going to
they
tell you
make
what.
a lot of money at the
sitting here-
newspapers they work for.
I'm sorry for interrupting, but I'm sitting here with the two best political cartoonists in America.
Thank you.
Ramirez, all those others. Sorry. No. These guys right here.
The two best conservative ones. I mean, there's not a lot of us out there.
No,
Well,
and
I don't like the non-conservative ones. They can kiss my country. No.
but we can't be in it. We can't afford. We need all hands on deck, and everybody brings their own style and their own thing to the table.
I welcome more conservative cartoons.
Yep, absolutely.
All you young artists out there who are hesitant about joining the fray, well, you might have to go through a ring of fire like I did, but it's worth it to do good things for your country and help spread the message and don't give up. Especially, it's easy to give up and throw in the towel and think about moving out of America. No, don't do that. You stay here and fight.
No, and there's even if a person doesn't draw cartoons, there's always something they can do. Something.
Yeah,
Find what you can do to advance the cause, because, like I said, we need all hands on deck for this next election.
Yeah,
Or
some
we're in
people
deep
think
trouble.
just cleaning up, helping to clean up after somebody else made a mess. Everybody's got a lane they can work in.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was inspired by Alex Jones. He said, everybody can do something. Staple a flyer onto a telephone pole. You can do something. Everybody can do something. I said,
Speak out at a break room. Just you don't have to be loud. You don't have to be boisterous. But if somebody brings up something, just maybe steer them in a different direction. Maybe bring up a couple of points that maybe makes them ponder something a little later on.
Is there something on CNN that you don't believe or you don't agree with? Get them. That's really
Yeah.
good
point.
Ben Franklin did that. He was always good at just kind of doing it very diplomatically.
Yeah. But anything else you want to bring up, Ben?
Oh, I've drawn so many cartoons. I only got to show you 5, but that Gates cartoon is. We have to really be on our toes for him not to do this again, because
They're starting it. Did you see that thing from China this morning? A new mysterious pneumonia.
Oh yeah,
among the Chinese kids, just in time for the 2024 election.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to try to do it again, and we have to.
We don't
fall.
They are.
If they were,
they'll do the same. They keep doing the same thing until it don't work.
Right, but they're not going to be able to fool us twice.
They're not going to let go of this any more than they're going to let go of climate change.
Yep. No, and it's all a facade. It's all about gaining more power.
Every time I mention climate change in my posts, I always say climate change bunk. You always got to add the word bunk to it. So that's what it is. It's bunk.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm pulling up your website here, and it's kind of got a scrolling thing to it. So, like I said, you can you can see his cartoons on.
That's
Graphics. Graphics.
Yeah, 3 R's. Graphics. Now, I've been trying some simpler things because of my condition, but this one was a little bit more complicated. I got to draw the table.
Oh, inflation eating on your dinner. Oh, look, they found Ron DeSantis' boot. Oh, wow.
This is the FBI. This sort of looks like Ray Epps a little bit, but he's a monster.
Yeah. This is good stuff.
Somebody wrote me and said, how come you left Florida off? And I said, well, it's the map of China. It's not the United States. If you go to the months, you can scroll down and see more.
Yeah, Florida is not in China, but good try. Keep playing.
Great.
But that's what we have just in the recent cartoons. But we have, you could go to month on the months and check out all the stuff that, we've got everything I've drawn on there.
How do you say that guy's name? Malay?
I think it's Malay.
I love him. I love him.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you notice the thing about all the new right-wing leaders, they have great hair.
What about the one that got voted into the Netherlands? What's his name?
Gert Wilders. How do you say it?
Yeah, Gert Wilders, I think it is.
Yeah.
And he's got some hair too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got Trump hair. You got this dude in Argentina's making sideburns great again, but he's hilarious.
Fancy says you all have
That guy's
totally
very
different
smart
stuff.
too. I listened to his. If anybody has a chance to listen to that interview with Tucker Carlson,
No.
in Malay, he's actual a libertarian who's read von Mises and Hayek. He's read all those things, and boy, he's really going to do good for that country.
I believe so.
Ron Paul, if we had Ron Paul getting elected, I was a big Ron Paul supporter.
But I sense a kind of a wave going around the world right now, and I
He's
hope
kinda
it
like
sticks.
Ron Paul / Andrew Dice Clay.
I like it.
I do too. I'm there. I put me on the front row.
Yeah, yeah. See, we got a comment here from Fancy. You all have totally different styles, but one thing in common: a sophisticated insight and analysis of the current situation and describing it in one tune. Spot on. And that's the challenge, is to encompass that thing in that square. And Ben does it really well.
Well, you do it equally well, if not better than I do. It's a matter of distilling things down into some easily into a metaphor that because people see a lot of words. People have to read, and they have a lot of visual noise too.
Mm-hmm.
So when they see a cartoon that combines the intellect with emotions of the art,
Right.
that's kind of a double whammy. That becomes very effective.
Mm-hmm.
Very effective form of communication, words and pictures at the same time. They ask me why I put so many words in my cartoons. It's because, hey, you have to read them, and then that gets the left brain active. So you have to read those words and process them, and then you see the picture. Hey, both hemispheres of your brain are active at the same time. So you remember. What's the sense of drawing something if people look at it and chuckle and then forget all about it? I want people to remember.
Somebody asked me, said, why do you label everything? And I said, well, that's so liberals will understand them too. And then I got to think, well, a lot of them don't know how to read. So,
oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
But that's an American tradition too. American political card. If you go to 100 years ago or so, they're chock full of labels.
Right. Absolutely. Well, thanks a lot.
Europeans just do illustration with no labels, but those are just illustrations. They're not political cartoons. That's
a different ball game.
Yeah.
Well, Ben, I hope you stay in touch with us. And thanks a lot for doing this. We really appreciate it. I know our viewers do. We've got a few comments surrounding the cartoons. They love your stuff. I haven't been able to put them all here. We got Simon from Australia finally. They let him in. What do you know?
He got out of the gulag.
Yeah, he got out of the gulag. Well, thanks a lot, Ben, and keep up the fight, man. Keep up the fight. We need more cartoons.
I plan to hang around and fight as long as I can.
You betcha.
Well, God bless you, man. I want you to come on Frog Legs. I want you to come over and do a cameo. I'll have Branco get in touch with you.
I'll try to come up with some good lines, some funny things. That might be a challenge for me because that's difficult. But I'll see if I can come up with some funny snippets.
We make it. We will make the magic, man.
Yeah. We'll make the magic.
All right. Well, Ben, thank you so much for coming on with us. It's been an honor. It's been an honor, my friend.
Well, thank you for having me, and we'll do it again sometime.
Absolutely. You promise?
I'm not going anywhere.
The threat.
I'll be here for 6 months.
We're gonna come up to Montana and visit you in the spring. We're gonna let you get done with the snow.
Yeah.
We're gonna come up there and camp out.
First. Come out here. Come out here in the summer. The summer kind of gets here about July.
Yeah, that's for sure. My mom and dad live in Montana, so I visit them every year. Every year, we probably drive right by your house to get there. So
you'd be surprised.
Yeah. Well, you take care. Have a good night, and we'll talk soon.
Okay. Thanks for having me. See you later.
You bet.
See you, Ben.
See you, Ben. Wow, that
what
was
a
great.
nice gentleman. What a nice gentleman.
Man. The last time I talked to him a couple of years ago, I think, and very nice guy, and usually conservatives are, a lot nicer than the rancid left. So
rancid, man, yeah, like that. We had Gary Varvel on last week, and I mentioned that one cartoonist, Joel Pett. They're nasty.
Oh gosh!
I think I sent you one of his cartoons after the show. So
you did.
See how nasty that guy is. He just
they're
foul. It's like MSNBC with a pencil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. That's a good analogy. Well, you got everybody now.
MSNBC with a crayon.
You got everybody now calling him Hitler and Mussolini, and oh man, it's crazy. And they're the ones that are doing all the wanting to arrest your opponents. They're the ones that's trying to censor speech.
Speaking of arresting your opponents, we have a great video about our FBI. I think y'all will find it entertaining.
There you go.
It's position 1, my friend.
Simple. We break into the Capitol building, we infiltrate the government, and we kidnap the Speaker of the House.
Everyone down on the ground, FBI! You're on the ground! It's over.
Oh, it's over, all right. It's over.
For all of you FBI scum, we're the true patriots, standing up for liberty and stuff. Wait just 1 minute. Steve Crenshaw. You got me. First, we got you here. We're all FBI agents, if that hasn't been obvious.
All right. FBI.
I don't know how you sleep at night. Traitors.
What do you know? We were all FBI agents the whole time.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Drink, man.
Oh, you're all right.
Isn't that great? But isn't that perfect?
That's pretty good.
You're FBI. Bill, we're all FBI.
What do you?
It would be funnier if it wasn't true.
That's true.
It would be funnier if it wasn't true.
Yeah. Nathan, he used to be, what was he? LinkedIn user, or what was he? None Your Business. I think that's the guy. I'm not sure. But, New Mexico is nice. Yeah, with the Barbra Streisand cartoon I showed earlier, I hear that Gaza is really nice this time of year. I don't know, just saying.
Yeah, go hang out over there.
Yeah, there you go. I thought we'd bring up some of my older cartoons, and
then we'll take a vote after. Let's do a vote, and then we'll do these cartoons. Anybody remember the old WKRP?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And do you want to see the Les Nessman and the WKRP turkey drop? It's about I guess about 3-minute clip. Let's say it's type WKRP.
Okay, I don't see it.
I have it. I mean, we'll have it ready if they want to see it.
Okay, yeah.
I'll have to put it up there.
Type WKRP.
Anyway, go ahead and do your cartoons. If you guys want to watch the WKRP turkey drop, yeah, we got one. Nathan. Hey, it is Thanksgiving, so I thought I would pull up some old Thanksgiving cartoons I did over the years, and I don't know. Let me do my magic here with the buttons. Grandpa taking I'm getting a little faster. Okay, it's almost noticeable. Axe-free zone.
All right, who's the wise guy here? All right, there's one.
That's funny.
And then I self-identify as an endangered northern spotted owl. It's got a little pin.
We got a
there.
Sharpie. Oh, that's good. That's good. These are classics.
Oh,
You
wait a minute.
jumped
Wait a
one.
minute. Wait a minute. Okay, then we found out that she, Warren, is 1,024th Native American.
Romney's 1,024th conservative Republican. I don't know. We'll have to do a double check, man.
Yeah, I don't know if he's got any in him. I think she has more Indian in her than he does conservative. Same with his cousin, what's her face?
Okay, we got another turkey drop vote. Okay, sorry, cuz it's not looking good for you. Oh man. What's it say on the turkey's neck? I can't see.
Pardon. He's
Pardon.
pardoned. Yeah. What else we got here? Okay. He gets a pardon because he had the courage to identify as a turkey. That was last year. Can you tell us where we sign up for welfare and food stamps?
Yeah.
And then this was last year. I think I did this one. Yeah. Thanksgiving in the swamp. We the people.
And they feed on us.
Now, the next cartoon I do is a picture of Joe Biden's birthday cake.
Yeah. Did you see that real picture?
Yeah, I should have got the meme out.
I mean, it's like you're not supposed to actually put 81 candles on the freaking cake.
Man,
I mean, they look, look like a bonfire.
just about burned down the White House.
Sitting there at the table, he looked like that cartoon dog surrounded by the flames, where he says, "Everything's fine." The cartoon dog.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, we got a request. You see, we got a bunch of requests for cool WAKRP. Anything over on Rumble? Too funny. Funny those tunes. Okay, do you have it up? You have
No, I don't. Did we want to? We didn't. We only had 2 people say they wanted to watch it.
Oh, well.
So we'll.
we got 2.
Besides us. Let me see what we got here.
Yeah. Anyway, let's throw up.
Oh, we've got that. Remember, we have the clips of that that new dude from Australia, not Australia, Argentina. But we also have. But the bad thing about that is you have to read the closed captions.
Yeah,
it's like that kind of sucks. But we've got a clip of the MSNBC. They're just melting down over Trump and these poll numbers. And a lot of people get mad because Bannon shows these clips. Mm-hmm. But it's good to see. I mean, you need to see what just a handful of them are saying, because that's who they're listening to.
Yeah. I like that. I like that clip. Can we play it now?
Yeah.
Have a responsibility to really tune out the voices of the haters, of the people that are constantly double and triple checking and shilling for him and suggesting that somehow they're being biased, bending over backwards, treating him like a normal candidate. He's not a normal candidate. He is running to end American democracy as we know it. He's an authoritarian who a court in Colorado 2 days ago ruled that he led an insurrection against the United States government. He's charged with leading schemes to help overthrow the United States government. So if they want to frame it that way, that's fine. If you want to be fair, then you will frame this as Joe Biden being the candidate that supports American democracy, and Donald Trump, a candidate who supports a new form of government here that's authoritarian.
Yeah, that's being fair, Joe. That's being fair, Joe. Oh, he ain't done yet. This is NBC News.
Yeah.
News.
They're the ones trying to silence everybody. They're the ones that are arresting their opponents, their political opponents. and they're tampering with elections, and yet he's the one that's a anti-democracy. It just makes me ill.
You know what? Democracy, my ass. I don't give a damn about democracy. We're a republic.
Absolutely.
Think of this,
but
you're going to destroy democracy, and then they say we're helping Ukraine because we're trying to save democracy. No.
But they're interfering with the process to keep our republic alive through our democratic type of process that they have, and that they're the ones that are in. When they say democracy, what they mean is Democrat Party taking their power away.
When they say democracy, they mean we stand in power no matter what, you some bitches.
Right.
And we don't care. We'll change the rules as we go, and that's just how it is. But here we go.
It's really that simple. And by the way, Reverend Al, when people go, oh, you can't compare him to past Nazi leaders. You can't compare him to this past Nazi leader or that past fascist leader because he hasn't done that. Well, what hasn't he done? He hasn't done the things that the American judicial system did not allow him to do last time, but may very well allow him to do this time, or a judicial system that will be ignored by Donald Trump and ran over by Donald Trump to create the greatest constitutional crisis of our lifetimes. Just because he hasn't done it yet doesn't mean he won't do it when he gets a chance to do it.
I mean, I'll pause it again. They just say anything. Nothing that's spewing out that pie hole is true.
When he was president, he didn't arrest anybody. He didn't put anybody in jail. And they're trying to paint this picture that, well, just because he hasn't done it doesn't mean he isn't going to do it if he's reelected. And they're putting up on this blank canvas this Hitler-esque Mussolini type person because they hate his guts. It's Trump derangement sending him on steroids with these people.
Over there on MSNBC, Joe Scarborough, the guy who had that intern that got killed, but he's a Republican. And then they got that other hostess, or what's her name, Nicole Wallace. She was on Team Bush. She was George W. Bush's press secretary, and she is as batshit doo-doo crazy as. I said the bad word. My fault. Yeah, but they're all crazy. But you know what? We've heard enough of that nonsense. We don't need to hear more of that, do we?
But they all must have gotten the Hitler memo, because you got Clara McCaskill doing it. You got Hillary doing it. You've got all these different Democrats. That, you know what it shows to me is that it's desperation. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, serious desperation.
And you got all these Democrat voters, to kill all the Jews, and then they call him Trump Nazi. It's hold it. These people are so stupid.
Yeah,
they're so stupid.
Yeah. Do you want to keep going with this, or?
I don't think we need to see any more of this nonsense. I mean, it gives me a headache.
Yeah.
But he did say Trump's going to put him in jail and kill him.
Yeah, go ahead and play it. Go ahead and play it.
We'll play it.
And if he is voted into office, then a lot of these people that are talking about literal or figurative or whatever the hell they're saying, you're going to look like idiots because he will get away with, he will imprison, he will execute whoever he's allowed to imprison, execute, drive from the country. Just look at his past. It's not really hard to read. The only thing that stood between him and the destruction of American democracy was the federal judiciary.
No,
look at his past.
That song, "They're coming to take me away." They're coming to take me away. The the great white coats. They're gone. They're gone.
That's desperation, my friend. That's desperation.
But, now, the one thing that our new speaker started out on a terrible foot by passing that CR thing, but it's supposed to be temporary, and you got to work with what you got.
Right.
But he has come in. He's endorsed Trump. He was down at Mar-a-Lago last night. But he also releasing the January 6th videos was a game changer. They did that on Friday. Now people are demanding that they reopen the January 6th commission. And let's look at them. And Laura Logan, she has one of the best shows. She's got a new show called Truth and Media. Excellent. It's what 60 Minutes used to be.
Yeah, where's that show at? I mean, where do they find
Well,
it?
they've got a website, Truth and Media. Just find Laura Logan, you'll find the clip. But you'll find the link. But she showed a couple of interesting clips, and I think we should show them.
We got one here. I see up here in number 2 or number 1 or whatever.
The first one, yeah.
Yeah. You want to play that?
Yeah, go ahead and play that, and
you have another one too.
Yeah, then we've got another one. It's interesting stuff I didn't know about. Laura Logan actually, she'll go in and she does what a journalist is supposed to do. Mm-hmm. She found one guy.
Yeah, she is. She's good.
She is. I think this is where they're just lobbing the grenades into the crowd, and then the people just standing there, and you can see them just standing there. They had no idea they're going to get hit.
There are a lot of quite a few videos that show that from different angles. The crowd just standing around talking, and all of a sudden these bullets start shooting the people with rubber bullets.
They didn't warn them. They didn't warn. And
Nope.
You cannot find a video. You show me a video of a verified Trump supporter initiating violence.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to find it. They're not going to find it because the law enforcement initiated all that, no doubt.
Motion of the actual flashbang grenades being fired into the crowd. Look at this. And these people have no idea that this is about to blow up in their face.
They also don't seem to be doing anything but standing around. Can you go back on that, please, Jim?
They're just standing around. They're not even looking at the police or anything. They're talking to each other. They're conversing. They have no idea what is about to happen to them. And they're not pummeling cops. They're not spray painting buildings.
What have we learned about January 6th?
See, that's the thing. These people had no clue. They walked into a trap.
Mm-hmm.
They walked into a trap. They stole that election. This was a setup. And then, you saw where Kash Patel testified.
Right.
But basically, it was Mayor Bowser requested the troops. Trump approved them. And then 2 days later, they canceled them. And, I mean, it's so disgraceful. So disgraceful. But Gateway Pundit, they've covered all these guys. Most of them are poor people. Mm-hmm. Most of the people they put in prison had to use public defenders because they had no money. One of the defendants had to sleep in his car while he had to drive to D.C. to go to court. And I mean, it was just horrible.
And the public defenders are a bunch of libs out of Washington, D.C. So
they're a disgrace.
What a chance.
They are. Yeah, they're not going to get a fair shot. They ain't getting a fair shot. But here is a great clip of how Laura Logan is actually doing the work that you haven't seen a journalist do in a long time.
Right.
And that's finding a target and identifying it and researching. And
I'm going to answer George's question right here. Hi, Antonio. What is your handle on X? It is at AF Branco. That's it. And Joe Dan's is Joe Dan Media.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's play this video here.
Man was identified as Luke Philip Robinson by the far-left site Sedition Hunters, who've been relentless in pursuing January 6 suspects.
See, I never heard of this guy until she just released this video. But anyway,
He was photographed with an earpiece and dubbed #GingerGun because he was caught on camera carrying a weapon, his pistol exposed when his shirt got stuck on the back of the grip. That made him one of the few supposed protesters who came armed to the Capitol, which after 9/11 was designated a counter-terrorism zone and has a higher level of security by law, more stringent than the Federal District of Washington, D.C., which has the most restrictive gun laws in the nation. Yet like Ray Epps, Robinson was removed from the FBI suspects list and has remained a free man. We traced him through public documents to a business that started in Tennessee and is now based in Arizona. That's where he was in this footage from the JFK report, when confronted by another January 6th defendant, Micajah Jackson.
You had an earpiece and a firearm, man. You had a firearm on federal property. That's serious stuff.
He appeared uncomfortable and did not answer any of his questions.
What's with the earpiece at the Capitol? Who were you talking to?
I'll see you guys later.
Who were you talking to, though?
You actually want to buy this bike or not?
No, thank you.
According to at least 8 ballistic experts and arms dealers we consulted, the gun he was carrying appeared from what was visible to be a SIG 320 and either the M17 or M18 model. On their website, SIG said it was specifically built for the U.S. military. We reached out to the DOJ and the FBI for comment, but we're still waiting for a response.
What have you learned so far?
We're tracking down different...
And well, that's going into a different segment, but I'd never heard of that guy.
No.
I mean, and then there's anyway, she's got a three-part January 6th segment or special. There's 3 videos.
Yeah.
And the third one, they also identify a woman who was there with a bullhorn.
Right.
She was one of the ones, another agent provocateur that didn't get prosecuted. It's amazing what we're finding out here.
It's really funny because you have grandma sitting in prison that were unarmed, and this guy's walking around free, and he had a weapon, and it's provable. And he was taken off the list.
Yeah, they put that lady in there who was a cancer patient. Yeah. They went and picked her up and took her and put her in prison. I mean, that's unconscionable.
No, and you got Roy Epps, who was instigating this. Ray Epps. Ray Epps, yeah.
Roy's his brother. Roy's
his cousin, yeah.
He plays banjo. He plays with Buck Owens.
Hey, we got a picture of Hoff here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Jim Hoft was out trumping Trump before Trump started trumping.
That's true. We're going to show.
You got that picture handy?
I got that picture handy and popping it up right
Jim
now.
Hoff. He's the guy. He's our friend over there that runs the Gateway Pundit. Check out how cool he is.
Jim Hoff.
Look at Go Jim. Go Jim. Yes, indeed. He's ended up, you know what? He's been a godsend. You know, the Gateway Pundit has filled the gap.
Yeah.
You know, when the mainstream media just did what they did, you know.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of resources out there, folks. The War Room's great. It's not a bunch of frilly news. It's, it gets you involved. It shows you how you can be involved.
It's not entertainment.
Make a difference.
It's not entertainment. See, a lot of people watch it. We got to where we'd watch news for entertainment. Now, you better be watching news for information, find out what's important, what we need to do. And that's what the War Room's all about. That's what Laura Logan's reporting is all about. Laura Loomer. We got two Laura powerhouses, don't we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Laura Loomer scares the crap out of people.
No, for
Laura
sure.
Laura Loomer's coming.
Because you're not going to get that stuff on MSNBC, Fox, CNN, or any of those. You're not going to get nothing out of it. They're going to tell you what they might throw a little red meat to you once in a while, but you need information that's real and information that you can use to advance our cause. And that's what War Room is. That's what Loft is. That's what Gateway Pundit, Treehouse. Those are the places that you need to get news. And, take everything with a grain of salt and do your own research. Just don't rely on
grain of salt is good. Like today, we had that terrorist attack up at Niagara Falls and on our northern border. But if you look at it, I'm not convinced it's a terrorist attack because the dude, it just looks like a reckless car. I mean, the guy flying.
I just heard that it could have been somebody trying to run from the cops, and they're trying to escape into Canada to get away from law enforcement. So,
but you know, the reason I don't believe, because when the terrorists hit somebody, they hit a target.
Mm-hmm.
They hit a target, and they always want to make sure there's a lot of collateral damage.
Right.
And this was not that. And
no.
And the way, I mean, you do not plan a car jump unless you're filming the Dukes of frickin' Hazzard.
You know? For sure.
And I grew up in Hazzard, Kentucky.
That's right. I was just going to mention that. Yeah, you should know. you drove your cars like that all the time there, didn't you?
All the time, yes, indeed. Yeah.
Getting away from the sheriff, and what was that sheriff's name?
Boss Hogg. But no,
Boss Hogg, yeah. Now you lived next door to him, didn't you?
No, actually, my uncle was the mayor of Hazzard. His Uncle Bill. He was mayor from 1974 to 2010.
That's awesome.
Well, it was like almost 50 years, 40 some years. He was working on the term limits, you know, but he couldn't get the language right. He was trying to work on a term limits bill, but he was a good Republican. He was a good old school Republican.
What song do you want to end with here? You said you had something that would be pretty cool to end with.
I have no idea. We can.
Get busy, brother.
Oh, hang on. Let me look.
I'm just going through some comments here. Simon, I've watched a few of the videos. It was an ambush. Yeah. People were waking up to it too.
Total ambush, and they need to open up a new investigation immediately. And if they're serious, they need to haul Pelosi's ass down there.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Well, you got to testify.
Yep.
Okay, we've got some. You want to go with some live Journey,
sure,
or some live Eric Clapton and Phil Collins, or some live Foreigner, or let's see, we have more Doobie Brothers.
Let's do. We did Doobie Brothers last week.
Supertramp too. We have Supertramp too.
Yeah.
So let's see what's
we got.
Let's see. We got. No, we don't have that song. Southern South Carolina Girl.
Maybe next week.
I'll just pick one. It'll be good.
Just pick one.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah. Thanks for all your comments, folks. And I want to thank Ben Garrison for getting on with us again. That was great. Get to highlight his cartoons and what he's been contributing to the discussion. And see, we got Nathan, we've got LinkedIn user Simon, Fancy, Nathan. We got quite a few comments from different folks here. If I can't get to them today, I will get to them later. I'll usually come out. Stephen M. Clem, thank you. Anyway, let me pull up our banners so you know how to get a hold of you.
It flew by, didn't it? It flew by. I didn't realize it took that long.
Well, when we have a guest next week, we're going to have Larry Elder on. So
Larry Elder.
Larry Elder. As far as
I'm going to get a fake mustache just for Larry.
Yeah, his booking agent. As far as everything, it's a go. As far as everything I know,
I'll be the white face of black supremacy. Remember, they said he was the black face of white supremacy.
Yeah, the black face of white supremacy is coming on our show, and he's got a new book out. So we're going to highlight that a little bit. So look forward to next Thursday. And we'll get that. Now, also my calendar is available at Patriot Depot if you want to check it out. And we have Joe Dan Gorman amazing videos at Intellectual Frog Legs. You can catch him at True Social at Joe Dan Media. You can catch my website at where am I here? We got
there you are, comicallyincorrect.com.
True Social. AF Branco, somebody was asking about that earlier. Also at Twitter, AF Branco.
I think they were just being nice.
I know, they're being nice. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining us, folks. I know it's a highly scripted.
And happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We didn't play Les Nessman, man. People didn't want to see Les.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
I'm a little upset about that. We had 2 people that wanted to see it, but, you know, it didn't happen. So anyway, we're going to go out with a logical song because, you know, why not?
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Appreciate it. Take care.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Okay, this is for you.
When I was young, it seemed that life was so wonderful, a miracle. Oh, it was beautiful, magical, and all the birds in the trees, well, they'd be singing so happily, oh, joyfully, oh, playfully, watching me. But then they sent me